When it comes to expressing yourself like with your clothes and stuff like that, right? Like there's many ways that art can be expressed. Why was clothes your medium for expressing better days ahead or what you wanted to represent?
Well, my family, I come from a good background in dressing. Like my parents, like
Yeah.
you'd think they was like our age.
Shout out to the parents.
Shout out to my parents. And also, I always wanted to be a stylist. This is what a lot of people don't know.
Yo, man, how y'all doing? It's Jay chilling back at it again with another 9th Floor exclusive interview, man. Today I got my boy Tez. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm Martez Rogers. I make clothes. My clothing line called Better Days Ahead.
And my man is back today because the first interview we did, man, we both agreed it wasn't up to standard. We're about to bring the action. We're about to bring the heat with this one. Go ahead. I'm going to let my man give a little rundown about where he comes from, why he started to make clothes, and we're going to go ahead from there. Go ahead, Tez. Let's get it.
Ever since I was younger, I was always into clothes, so what happened was I give y'all the long story. So the long story. Okay, so the long story is I was hooping at a junior college, right? I had transferred to NDSU, and I was done playing.
Is that North Dakota?
Yeah, North Dakota State University. So I was done playing basketball, which I was playing basketball all my life, right? And then I'm going to school, like just as a student type. And I never was in that predicament before. So I was, kind of depressed dealing with that.
Like you didn't know what major and stuff you wanted to do?
No, I knew what major I wanted to do, but I always had a sport to help motivate me. To
keep, sports was like your, I guess.
Yeah, I always was hooping, so it always made me like motivated to actually do school, right? But when I get there, none of my credits end up transferring when they said it would. So
you got to restart.
My whole 2 years over. So basically, I transferred as a junior. But
is that legal?
Man, it's happened to a lot of people, so I guess so.
Damn.
Yeah, so I transferred as a junior, but ended up being a freshman there. So, yeah, I was dealing with depression with that, and I felt like what I was going through, it had to be, better days ahead. So that's how I came up with it. So I was in Fargo, North Dakota, and not too many people know that, but like my close homies and friends. Yeah. Our family.
And did you complete the whole 4 years out there?
I ended up doing my whole 2 years over, and then the third year, my first semester, I was like, forget it. I'm gonna just go full time with the clothes and try to push the clothes.
To ask a question when it comes to college and stuff, right? Do you believe that, like, let's say you had a son. Mm-hmm. Or you had a daughter, or whatever, right? And they're like, "Yo, pops, I want to drop out of school." What would you? Because you dropped out, right? Like, what would be your advice to your kid in that situation? Because I feel like the next generation, like school, especially because of like COVID, their minds are kind of like fried on school type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what would be your advice for your kid if they wanted to drop out?
I just tell them stick with it. I wouldn't advise dropping out.
You wouldn't advise,
especially when you're already in it. You might as well keep going.
If they came to you with a plan, though.
Yeah.
Outside of college, would you still be like do it while you're doing school, or would you be like, you know what, you got a plan?
I try to tell them stay in school, but also focus on your other goals too.
Okay, continue with your story, man. So you started the Better Days Ahead brand when you dropped. Did you start it right away when you dropped out of college, or like was it?
Well, I was it was like a year before. So I was like, I had came out with some clothes like literally a week before COVID hit. Mm-hmm. So then after that, I kept pushing it, and then I went back to school in the fall in August, mm-hmm. and then that's when I dropped out.
When it comes to expressing yourself like with your clothes and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's many ways that art can be expressed. Why was clothes your medium for expressing better days ahead or what you wanted to represent?
Well, my family, I come from a good background in dressing. Like my parents, like you'd think they was like our age.
Shout out to the parents.
Shout out to my parents. And also, I always wanted to be a stylist. This is what a lot of people don't know. Like I wanted to be a stylist. So I was always like studying different brands and clothes way before I wanted to start my own. Okay. So when it came to making my own, I just knew I had to make sure I had the right name that anyone could relate to, whether it's sex, no matter what sex, religion, race, it don't matter, you're gonna relate to it.
How did you market and sell it? Did you like kind of go with like family and friends first, like spread the word, or were you, because you're on college when you started, did you like take it to your friends first, have them like spread the word about your brand that way?
Yup. So it first started with just like family and friends, and then like for like I had the hoodie and I had the t-shirt, and then after that happened, like a month or two after, I had got a website, and then did a little mini photo shoot. Shout out my boy X, and y'all, and then I just started pushing the website and stuff like that. Then I ended up having a few friends that played in the NFL, NBA, and I'm sure you got some questions about that. So, yeah,
yeah, we definitely gonna get into that. So okay, bet. So what when you first decided you were gonna make this brand and everything, right? Just want to dive in a little bit deeper.
Yes, sir.
It's recommended not to tell people your dreams and goals, because not that they'll stop it, because like of course your friends and stuff are gonna be supportive or whatever, but it's like it's better to keep like the very like risk taking parts of like the things you want to do, keep them to yourself, just do them, versus like asking people if you should do it beforehand. Is that what you did? Like, did you have the idea for Better Days Ahead, you just ran with it, or did you run it by your people first, like, yo, should I do this, I got this plan? Like, how did you navigate that?
Nah, I just did it, and honestly, my boy X, he was like, he came to me one day. He was like, bro, because he knew how to do graphic designing. Mm-hmm. And he came to me one day. He was like, bro, you into clothes and stuff, right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, you got a name yet? And I'm like, yeah, I've been thinking of some stuff, and it was random, and I've been thinking of names and stuff like that too. And he was like, bro, let's get to work. And literally, I started cooking up stuff in Fargo, North Dakota, and I just ran with it. I didn't really ask nobody. It wasn't nothing to think about. It was
that sounds like some Destiny shit. Like you got a homie that does exactly like what you're getting into, and then he asks you. You don't even bring it up like, yo, let's get into it. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
literally,
cool.
Yeah.
So because we did talk about this previously in the other interview. So who was the first celebrity person that decided to wear your clothes, or that you reached out to wear your clothes?
Gary Trent Jr. He wore my stuff in the NBA bubble because it was COVID, like I said. Mm-hmm. So I'll never forget. I was actually on the way back to Fargo. I was on the way to school, and they was playing the Lakers. He was on Portland Trail Blazers at the time, and and everybody was tagging me and stuff like that. I didn't know what was going on. And
you like woke up to like,
no, like I'm driving, literally on the highway driving.
Oh, you're driving and you're getting hit off about it?
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? Everybody started hitting my phone, and everybody started like tagging my brand on Instagram because Portland had posted like the pregame fits, and Gary Trent Jr. was in it, and that's who started it.
And when you started the brand, right, did you have like an idea of plan of like when you expected your stuff to like go crazy, or was it kind of like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and it's gonna hopefully I just like somebody recognize my shit? You know what I'm saying? Like some people got like a plan, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna blow like this day. Some people are kind of like, I'm gonna be consistent until it blows. What was like your mindset going into when you started the clothing brand?
I'm not gonna lie, I always knew like the ideas I had, it would be here. Like I would have like a lot of NFL, NBA players wearing my stuff through the tunnel. I always had that vision. But the only thing is that I regret is kind of rushing those pieces. I could have waited a little bit more time. But I always had that, like, that was always the drive. Like, I always knew it would be.
If you could go back to those pieces, right, what would you change? Because it obviously works. Right. So, like, what would you change?
I would say I would have did more, like, essential everyday wear for, like, people who don't have to, like, you just throwing it on. You don't got to think about it. It's not like I got to put my best outfit on with this, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like, on, like, some essential stuff, like Fair God stuff. Like, you know, when you throw on the essential.
Like, when you wear, like, your best shit, you're like, I'm going somewhere.
Right. Like, I'm about to go to the club. I'm about to go to the bar. I'm about to go out to eat. But, like, you know how like essentials fair guys, like how people would just throw their stuff on, they just go into Walmart, they just chilling, they about to go to the guy's house. Yeah. That's what I wish I would have started with first, more. But
before you start off,
with the big pieces. Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive more into the celebrity things, man, because bro knows, I don't know how he knows all these people. So it was first Gary Trent, right?
Yep.
So did it then spread from like word of mouth? Like he's told all his homies like, yo, you got to check out my boy shit, Better Days Ahead, or was it kind of like people, they saw him in it, they reached out to you like, hey, I want that same type of thing? Like, how does that whole like world work?
Yep. So what ended up happening is That's how I get hit up by a lot of different athletes. My clothes will make like a Blitz Fit page or a Lead Fits page or the Ball Clubo, and a lot of athletes follow that page. So like one of my athletes or one of the athletes that wear BDA, they'd be making that page. So then that just drive traffic to the BDA page. So then like they either personally hit me or somebody in their camp would hit me. So that's how I got a lot of players, and then more so I like dealing with the players hand in hand. Nothing gets lost in transaction that way.
Do celebrities of that status, right? Is a stylist necessary? Because you said you want to be a stylist, right?
And I was.
And when I hear more and more about like the fashion at like a certain level, these people are literally paid just to find clothes for other people to wear, and I'm like, it's such a crazy job to me because I'm like. Because I feel like when it comes to dressing, when it comes to fashion, it's either in you, it can't be taught. It's kind of like romance. You can't be taught romance. It's like you're either a romantic person or you're not. It's the same with fashion, right? What's your take on that?
My take on that, because I was a stylist. I styled Amani Hooker. He played on the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
So I was a stylist for like 2 years.
Damn.
From like 2020 to 2000.
And we'll dive into that experience.
But I will say they don't be having time to be looking at clothes. Like they gotta focus on practices, the season, the games. If they're not playing good, they playing. If they're not playing good or they're not, playing to expectations, they don't have time to look at clothes. So like a person like me, like I'd be like more a wardrobe stylist. Like I just help you find pieces and stuff that a lot of people don't have. Like a lot of low key brands.
So you try to find like exclusive things for the players to wear type of thing.
Yeah, and stuff like that a lot of people don't have. So like you would see like people, a lot of athletes and like celebrities in general wearing the same.
They're wearing they're wearing like
the same off-white piece. Like everybody, like it's 5,000 people. They all wore the same stuff on different days, right? So I'll find the low key brands that like be having the same quality and as good as stuff as a high key brand. Yeah, and that's
do you think exclusivity or brand or do you think what do you think is more important when it comes to fashion to celebrities, right? Do you think it's more how exclusive it is or how more brand recognition? Because like you said, a lot of players wear the off-white stuff. Right. It's a very recognizable brand, you know what I'm saying? Do you think they value that more, the ability to be recognized for rocking that brand, or do they like the exclusive stuff where people always like, where did you get that? Or what is that type of?
I'd say real dressers, no matter if you're a celebrity or not, they always go with something that people not wearing. If you a mannequin dresser, you go with wherever Louis Vuitton coming out with, wherever Rick coming out with, right? And just look like the mannequin. But real dressers, they go always look for the low key stuff.
And I'm assuming that's you. I'm assuming that's you. Okay. So your brand is taking off, everything is going good, right? What was your first because in any business, the first make or break is going to determine how crazy your business is going to go, right?
Right.
So if you could you dive into because there's a lot of people nowadays, they want to own businesses. They see everybody, the rich, the cars, they're like, oh, I could do that too. But they're not mentally ready for that first pitfall, right? That first oh shit, this pressure could crush me or can make me a diamond. So if you could go into what was that first time that happened for you and how'd you get out of it?
It just happened in April actually. I was gonna be done with this shit.
For real.
I was about to be done with this shit, and then what ended up happening is I always was grinding, keeping the new ideas and all that, because like any business, it's gonna go in a drought. No matter you made it or you didn't.
Yeah, and Ninth Floor's definitely had that happen before. Right. Yeah, go ahead.
So in April, I was gonna be done. Like I was about to put out my it was gonna be. I was probably gonna put out just one more collection and just be done, right? So then what ended up happening is 2 players on the Houston Texans had hit me up, my boy Desmond King and Jalen Petrie, and they hit me up and copped a few pieces, and that shit kept me going. I was going to be done this April.
Well, so what was the reason you were finna be done, if you can go into it?
Because how businesses is always up and down. It was too much. It wasn't consistent no more. You know what I mean? Like when I first and another thing that you got to deal with is some people just might be tired of it, you know what I mean, or have enough of it. They might have enough of a brand type of thing. Like like I got if I got 10 polo shirts, I probably don't need to get 25.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep shopping at polo. Right. I'm gonna go look for something else.
Right.
Right.
So the goal has been to always get at least like I'd say like 3 to 5 new people in the drops. Right.
Yeah.
So that's been the goal.
Okay.
So been keeping me driving. Like I want to get new people who haven't got BDA before.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So in April you was in that slump. You're like, I'm about to be done, and then that happened. So after that happened, how did you change anything about like how you carried your business once you got that extra boost, or did you just keep it like, okay, now I got these people, I'm just keep doing what I've been doing?
I would more so say it just gave me more confidence to keep going first, right? And then I just say, I mean, I've been slowing down on drops anyways, and just having more in the collection as a whole. So cause when I first started, I used to have a drop every month. Like it was nonstop. It was every month, every other month, every month, right? So I've been slowed down on that since like 2023. I would say 2022, 2023.
Do you think that adds more exclusivity to your brand, like by having less is more type of thing? Well, because I see that in fashion as well. Like you'll either have like there'll be like only like 100 of these are made. Right. Is that how you do? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I did a reverse. So I started off like that. Like when I came out with my clothes, it'd probably be 30 items max. If you don't get it, you don't get it, right? And then now since I've been slowed down on drops, I've been adding more pieces to the collection, which would help broaden me out, because now I can have like some stuff for graphical, some stuff for everyday wear, some real pieces, some hats, some socks, some jogging.
So by slowing down, it's allowed you to add more to like one batch, and then like when you're done with that, it gives you more time to think and come. Oh, okay,
clearly, cool. And that way I'm not trying to put out everything that's in my brain.
I
could put 10 items out here. Next time I drop another 5 to 10 items, right?
And has that helped like with your mental health? Of course, has that helped with your mental health?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was running around. My mind was spinning, bro. Yeah, that helped tremendously. Yeah, my mind was spinning.
All right, so let's get into your life as a stylist and stuff, right? For the people out there that are into fashion, they might want to go down that lane as well. Could you give like, what was like a day-to-day, how did your day look when you first started, when you got good with it, and then like towards the end when you're about to stop? If you give like those 3 bullet points, like how was it?
So when I first started, I already knew, I was already like looking at these brands. Like I said, like I was a shopper, obviously, before I made my own clothes. Right. So I was already looking at these brands, and I knew nobody had it. So I had these pieces from these different clothing lines. So when I started, it was kind of easy because it was something I would wear. Right. So, but for me, like you got some people that like, it's 2 different types of stylists. You got people that just like get pieces. Right. And then and then the person puts it on themselves. And then you got people who gets the pieces and they tell the person what to wear from like head to toe. Right?
Oh, okay.
And I was doing both. Right.
Oh, so you would get this stuff and be like, "Hey, bro, wear this shirt with these pants and these shoes, this hat."
Literally, and if he had like some pants and we couldn't find the top, and great thing I make clothes, I make a top to literally go with his shoes and pants, right? So it was kind of easy for me. It made it easier, right?
That's got to be such a surreal feeling. Like you literally watch this dude, and then you can come in as a stylist and be like, wear this shirt.
Right.
Put this shit on. He's like, okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's gotta be so weird, man.
Yeah. So it made it easier. So we couldn't find nothing. If he like had say if he had this top on and he couldn't find no jeans to go with it, I just literally make him some jeans to go with this with the shirt. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah. So it's kind of it became easier for me. But yeah, I just so I did just a lot of.
Did you kind of have like creative freedom with it, or would he tell you like, "Hey, I want to wear some Louis today. Go on the Louis website. Here's like some bread. Go on the Louis website. Find like a cold fit type shit."
Nah, he more so just believed in my vision.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to dress off the mannequin. We ain't want to go get the new Off-White and all that, the stuff that everybody go have, right? So it was more so me just finding good pieces, or I might find a vintage piece for him. You know what I mean? Some vintage Off-White, some vintage Bape. You know what I mean? So then, so it was like I said, I've been in on eBay grilled and all this, and on Instagram finding all these low key brands. So for me, it was pretty much easy.
It's crazy how like I would have never thought, right, as a kid, that like being a person that because being a stylist is kind of like being like a secret shopper.
Yep.
In the sense that like you're just given a certain amount of money and then you're just told to like go do stuff.
Yep.
You just have all the freedom to do it.
Yep.
Did being a stylist help your creative vision when you were doing it for him, or did you already kind of like you're already good?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it definitely helped the creative vision for sure, because he begins stuff that I couldn't purchase, right? so that's how I dressed him. Like if I was a millionaire, how would I dress? Right, so that's how I did it, right?
Yeah. Was it stressful at all?
Yeah, it was stressful because it'd be a drought where I couldn't find nothing. Yeah, I go into drought, but mostly for the most part, bro, I was sending them stuff like 6 days out of 7 days, literally, like damn near every day.
Yo,
yeah, damn near every day. I'm not gonna lie. If not 5, I was finding that stuff, sending how you like this, type of thing.
Damn. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when it comes to your brand, let's get back to that, right? Mm-hmm. So what is the next steps? What are the next steps for you that you want to do when it comes to your brand? Like you've already told me that you've made shirts, you've made pants, you've made hats,
socks,
have you made any other accessories and stuff like that?
Nah, not yet. Nope. Besides socks, that's an accessory. Nah, nope.
And I know you got a team
in a backpack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I know you got a team behind you. You probably got. You don't.
I don't. I had graphic designers, but that's about it. I have a graphic designer, but as far as like marketing the brand and coming out with ideas, I did all that myself, and then I just tell graphic designers what to do.
Do you want to bring more people into your team?
I would love to make it way more easier and more and have more eyes on it. Right. It's only so far I could push.
Yeah, that you could do it that yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's something I've always thought about, like especially like with our brand as well as like how would you recommend for the people out there that are like they either not as social or they either like they have an idea but they don't have like the paintbrush or right? How would you suggest people go out there and try to get people to join their team?
Just promote your stuff every day. That's what I do. Like I wish I had the secret sauce, but for me, I'll tell you what I do. I'll promote my stuff every day, and I treat it like it's the best shit ever. Period.
So you just have the confidence and consistency.
Period.
The double C's.
Literally, if you don't think your shit the best, then don't be in it. Period.
Fact. Is there anything else coming up with the brand that's coming up in the future?
Yeah.
Because I know you said you just did a collection, but like when can people expect the next collection?
I'm doing the fall winter collection in October.
Do you do it? Because I've seen this, especially with Supreme, where you don't get to see what's in the, like you go on the website, you don't get to see what's in the collection.
Yeah.
You either get like a password or you get an SMS or an email. You do it like that. I hate people that do that shit.
I do an email.
I get so mad at that. I'm like, bro, now I gotta wait for this.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think this? There has to be a psychological reason why that works.
It's the build up.
It's the build up. Yep. You think it's the hype that gets people excited for that? Yeah, shit?
Because if you know what's coming out, right?
Yeah,
you're not gonna go check when they actually come out, right? Like if I could cheat on the test, I'm not about to go study. What I'm studying
that's
for?
A fact, because it's like I be looking at that shit. I'm like, yo, like. And I remember back like when I was like really deep into Supreme, I would literally waiting for the website to open, ask my homies, yo, did it open? And I always be like, bro, this is just for a shirt that just says Supreme on it. Like it's crazy how like when you break down like fashion and the psychology behind it, like it'll be, everything is like a brand, right?
Yep.
But it's like there's like different qualities of shirts and stuff, but it's literally like you're anticipating a brand.
Right.
You're not anticipating like food or something that you need. It's just like it's a brand that you mess with that you are like on the edge of your seat for. And I think that's such a cool thing about like people, man. That was another exclusive 9th Floor interview. Y'all be sure to tap into my boy Tez. Shut up, Mirage. Y'all be sure to tap into my boy Tez, man. Check out his website. His clothes are fire, bro. Peace.